friends, I am back and I'm going to show you how easy it is to assemble this double tote by Sizzix. So here again, as I mentioned, I use lip balm to tuck inside this little container, but my intention for using this little container will be to house fingernail polish for my upcoming holiday boutiques. I think that this will be a great stocking stuffer that I can offer my customer. It'll be inexpensive, it'll be a great last minute gift, and I love just adding just a few items that are not priced too high, that are just perfect for those that just need to finish off just a little bit of their shopping. So I will show you how to assemble this, and I'll show you, the different patterns that I'm going to use. And when you receive this die, you're going to receive these here that you see. Now this is the main component of the die. You'll need to cut out 2 of these because this creates your double tote. And then they have 2 layers here. So this is the main one that adheres your tote together. And then you don't have to use this second layer. However, I just think it's really nice when you add a pattern paper. So that'll be next. You'll have to cut out 2 of these and 2 of these as well. And then here are just the other bits and pieces in this die collection. And these are really adorable, but for my Christmas container, I am not going to use these. I may use the heart, but I think I'm just going to stick to these 3 here. But as you can see, you get a variety of different shapes, perfect for all your other projects. You get a tag, 2 flowers, and the center for the flower, a leaf, a cute little heart, an arrow, and 2 words. One says celebrate and one says friend. So again, even though I'm not using these are just perfect to have because they're just essential dies that you can use in your paper crafting. So let me go ahead and pick out my paper and let's go ahead and get started. Since I am making these for my holiday boutique, I did pick your traditional Christmas colors. So you will need some red cardstock, some white cardstock as well. And then I just picked this gingham pattern, and this is an older collection from Authentique. So I picked that, and then you'll need a coordinating green to match. And then of course, any excuse to use glitter, I'm going to find a way to use it. So some glittered cardstock. You will need some circle punches, and this one here is 3 1/4. And I believe this is from Stampin' Up. I'll have to get that out. So you will need that. And this is a 1/2 inch circle punch. You will need a small hole punch because the tag that I'm going to use, this punch, this is one of my favorites, does not have that hole that automatically punches it for you. So very simple to punch out yourself, but this is one of my go-tos. I love it. I use it every holiday. And it does have a coordinating stamp set. And this is from Stampin' Up. So this here I use every holiday. These are the 3 mainly that I use, but I do have a holiday boutique in October, so I will definitely be finding a way to use this. You will need some sentiments. So I chose this one that says Merry Christmas, and then this here that says Joy. We're going to use this as an embellishment. You will need some ribbon and some red twine. And you will need some craft glue dots. These are my favorite glue dots. You'll need some red tape. You're going to need a red ink, and this is obviously well loved, but I love the Real Red from Stampin' Up. I don't even know if they still have it, but luckily I still have the re-inker, so this is my go-to every holiday. You will need a strong adhesive, and this is one of my favorites from Scotch. I use it on all of my treat containers. It just does a very thorough job, and it's very fast drying, and I just really like the hold on this. You will need a snowflake die, and then for an added embellishment, a jingle bell. And then of course you're going to need 2 fingernail polish. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how easy it is to assemble the double tote. Here again are the 3 dies that you will need to die cut, and I've already die cut them for us. So you will need 2 of the larger triangle and then 2 of the smaller triangle, and then you will need 2 of the tote because that'll create our double tote. And then I went ahead and die cut the snowflake out of the glitter cardstock. So the first thing I like to do is just go ahead and adhere these two pieces together. Now you could add some ink around the cardstock, but again, this is for a holiday boutique, so I need to be efficient, and as much as I would love to add tons of detail, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. So, you know, go ahead if you'd like to ink it. I think it'll be a great addition, especially with this paper. A vintage ink would be really lovely, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip that step. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue these together. And so that is done. And then here, as you can notice, I've already started folding against the score lines. So it does score for you, and then you're just going to fold along the sides of both of the die cuts. Our double tote together, and I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and add red tape to all of these edges on both sides of the die cut. Now these two are just going to be adhered together just like that, and if you see a lot of glitter, it's because I just finished a project that I did show on my Instagram. It's just a 4th of July item, and I did use a lot of glitter, so there's still some left behind, so that's probably why my cardstock now has glitter, but it's okay. It's perfect for the upcoming holiday. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my adhesive and add some to the back just like this to both sides. Just get enough adhesive on there, and then we're just going to line it up so it is nice and straight. Let me try to do this just like that. And those two are adhered. And we got that pretty centered. And so now what we're going to do is take off that red tape that we have along the edges, because now this, we're going to go ahead and build our base using these triangle die cuts. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I like to do is just line it up right there and adhere the sides together, making it as level as possible. And we're going to do the same side, the same thing to this side, and bring this up as well. And I think I forgot to take the red tape on this side, so excuse me while I do that real quick. Okay, I have that now ready, and I'm just going to line it up just like that. And we're now forming our double tote. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Take off my adhesive tops to the red tape and get it all adhered together. So I'll go ahead and do that. I've assembled both sides of the double tote carrier. So the trick here is that you just have to line it up right here at the tip of this triangle, and then you'll get a really good fit. Now I should have, and this is where I add my wet adhesive just so it adheres together. So I'm going to go ahead and add that so that does not come apart. I just find it that it's easier for me to assemble this carrier. And you could just add regular adhesive if you want, but this is just something that I like to do, and I just like the way it just holds up together really nicely. And just try not to use too much adhesive so it doesn't squeeze out and make a mess of your cardstock. Okay, so that is done. So let's go ahead and start embellishing it. My favorite part of any project. All right, I'm going to use this snowflake for the front of the carrier. So I'm just going to grab some glue dots here. And I'm going to pick that up. And I'm going to go ahead and center it right here on the double tote. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and grab this 3/4 circle punch. And I want just this portion of this Joy sentiment. Go ahead and punch that out. And then I want to use the 1/2 inch punch to punch out a coordinated circle. And I'm going to go ahead and just adhere a pop dot. Whoop, there we go. Oh my stars, it's moving all over the place. We're going to use a pop dot. And I would normally add some hot glue gun adhesive to the back of this with the pop dot, only because it is adhering to a glittered embellishment. But for right now, I'll just do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab my glue dots, pick up one here to adhere my Joy to the center of the snowflake. Get that straight. And so far, this is what we have. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and embellish it with a tag. Now with this stamp set, again, it's pretty old, but it's called Merry Everything. All you're doing is obviously stamping it, and I went ahead and already punched a hole at the top. And let's see, I'm going to go. Now I've changed my mind. What I'm going to do, because this Jingle Bell has a very tiny little opening there, I am going to use this twine here that I bought from Michaels. I love this twine. It's just a very thin twine, stronger than embroidery floss. So I'm going to go ahead and string this through. Let me go to the other end. That might be easier. So string that through. Let me cut this real quick. All right, so let's go ahead. And this time, let's go ahead and string it through. Okay, so we have it there. And then what I'm going to do is have this go through the top of the tag. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And okay, there we go. And then now it's attached to the tag. So hopefully you saw the way I did that. Now I think I am going to maybe add just the ribbon. So let me see what I think about that and come back. I think I finally figured out how I'm going to embellish my little tote container here. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie a bow around the handle of this little container. And you just want to be careful. You don't want to tie your knot too tight, because then you will tear it. So I'm just going to be gentle and tie this into a bow. And just kind of mess with it until I like what I see. And that looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead, actually pull that in. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and just trim my ends. And then what I'm going to do is just go ahead, because this doesn't give you a lot of real estate, I'm just going to tie this around the top as well, just for an extra embellishment. I love Jingle Bells, so any excuse to use one on a project, I'm going to do so. I just love them. They're just so cute. And we'll go ahead and just tie that. And let's kind of play with this a little bit. And I think we'll go ahead and just tie this in a knot just so it doesn't fall off. And let's cut the ends. Okay. And there you have it. There's your tote. Super cute, super easy to create. And then you would just tuck in your nail polish inside just like that. And then just for an extra, just because, I didn't like the tops of the fingernail polishes, so I just punched out a small little circle out of some, again, the white glitter cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and just cover the tops, just like that. Because you can still see the name of the color of the fingernail polish. But this way it just looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit, you know, just more finished to, you know, to the person buying it. It's just those extra little details that make it special. So there you have it. Super easy, super cute. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you find this die. It is so much fun to play with. And again, great for a holiday boutique, but also really fun as a treat favor for parties or simply for a friend. Thank you so much for watching, and I do have some new subscribers, so thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope that you found some time to be creative. Thank you for watching.